Hello everyone, this is Arshdeep Kaur and today I'm going to present the topic how can the implementation of PPM be executed as a project. This presentation will provide the in-depth insight about this topic. So let's start. Taking a portfolio management (PPM) approach, one identifies and evaluates potential project and then allocates staff, resources, and timeline for maximum organizational performance. The main objective of portfolio management is to identify projects and potential projects that can be contribute to meeting business objectives. And organizations can acquire information and classify a project with the help of methods that help it acquire information and organize projects according to a set of criteria. By following a set of project objectives, portfolio management ensures that projects produce the results expected. Moreover, with PPM, the organization can be changed in a way that will enable a more flexible structure for executing projects. Moving to the next. In this slide, information is provided on the importance of project portfolio management. A comprehensive approach to managing projects includes monitoring their status and health, their interdependence, and their performance. Project portfolio management improves the efficiency of overall process by providing real-time updates on project matrices. In terms of strategic as well as tactical visibility, project portfolio management provides high levels of visibility. By analyzing past projects, one can gain insight into factors such as project cost, profits durations, quality, and resources used. By improving predictive analysis, resources can be used better, risk managed better, and project can be selected better. Managing project portfolio effectively means generating data in real time aids in making decisions. Businesses can adhere to goals, resources, and other criteria with portfolio management by selecting the right projects. It is imperative to have a strong PPM strategy in place for every process as well as for selecting the right projects. A model for selecting the right project is available to managers with the criterion in place. In the slide, the successful implementation of the project portfolio management requires framework or process which is explained in this. An organization is responsible for implementing project portfolio management, standardizing new practice around a shared governance framework and an action plan help the company to achieve its goal. All levels of management must be involved in the implementation of PPM for it to be successful. So the diagram given in the slide, it shows the 5 main steps that are used by the organizations to implement the project portfolio management process. First one is defining the project portfolio management approach. Then is securing support from project team and top management. Third is gathering data related to portfolios. Fourth is prioritizing the data. And fifth is evaluating the project portfolio. Moving to the next slide. Steps to implement PPM. This slide covers the steps of project portfolio management in detail. The first step of implementation process is identifying the project portfolio approach. To select and oversee project execution, the organization must first decide what is important to it. Create a realistic schedule for work by identifying organization goals, establishing a framework, and determining its willingness and capacity to change all the things which are covered in the first step. A variety of approaches are available for managing portfolio effectively, including heuristics, scorings, and visuals. The next slide. The next step of implementation process is securing the support of team members and senior executive. Leadership must show strong support and example when it comes to organizational changes. For others to adopt new practices, it is very important to have executive on board. Similarly, collaborations and support for all the project team members is also important. All project and teams will be affected by portfolio management, so managers need to set precedents early on to ensure they adhere to the new standards throughout the organization. In this slide, third and fourth step of implementation process are explained. The third step is gathering the portfolio related data. In data collection, it is the process of assembling qualitative information about specific variables in order to evaluate outcomes or distill actionable insight. Manager identified the company's current and future projects. Keep track of project milestones, risk, resources needed, and ROI associated with these projects. Now is the time for portfolio manager and stakeholders to assess in depth all data gathered both by themselves and by stakeholders who will make appropriate decisions based on reports and tools used to gather business intelligence. The next step is the next step is prioritizing the project portfolios. Priority setting determines where and when resources should be allocated. With the help of this tool, the governance team is able to navigate critical resource constraints and maximize company resources to the fullest extent possible. A scoring model is used to evaluate project value by including the criteria, weights, and ways to assess each criterion in the model according to a low, medium, or high score. Moving to the next slide. The last step in implementation of project portfolio management is evaluating and mentoring the project portfolios. Following up after a project closes is an important and often overlooked step in PPM that determines whether the project delivered the expected benefits and was within the budget. By combining monitoring and evaluation, strategic planning can be guided, programmers can be designed and implemented, and resources can be assigned to better purposes. In order for our project to succeed, team have to manage them, keeping an eye on the performance and performing recalibrations when required. Managing the portfolio as a whole may involve reallocating resources, reassessing its scopes, and periodically reviewing it. In the next slide, this provides the information about the three key elements or components of successful project portfolio management. Project selection, resources, and informations are the main components which contribute in the success of PPM. Project selection. Choosing and initiating project based on organizational capabilities and goals is the key to project portfolio management success. It is essential that managers have a systematic decisions, process and method for doing so. It is a good idea to gather a project inventory for current projects to get an idea of where to start. Resources. A business cannot meet all its business needs with all its available resources. As part of a PPM solution, resources need to be managed across a portfolio of projects to prioritize where they are applied. Using project ranking to assign resources will ensure the right projects are allocated to the company with the ability to see what they are applied. Then is information. To effectively manage a project portfolio, defining procedures, applications, and trainings are essential components for analyze, plan, and make decisions. Set goals, prioritize, and rank projects, and determine resources consumed available. In the end of this presentation, it can be concluded that the project portfolio management encompasses more than just managing multiple projects. For each portfolio of projects, it is essential to assess the business value and to adherence the business strategy. Project portfolio management success depends on selecting and initiating projects according to organizational capacities and objectives. An organizational use PPM as a formal strategy for prioritizing them and leveraging them. Risk and rewards financial feasibility, and outcome expectations are all assessed in relation to each project. So these are the references related to these topics. Thank you so much for listening.